Stassi Schroeder wears Nazi chic ensemble, receives all the hate. There are certain words in the English language that should never go together. Donald Trump and genius. Justin Bieber and humble. Ryan Gosling and ugly. Stassi Schroeder has managed to come up with a pair that we never would have thought of, let alone used as a description on social media to describe an outfit we were wearing. Nazi chic. The Vanderpump Rules star stepped into some scalding hot water on Saturday when she shared a photo on Snapchat of herself and friends Rachel O'Brien and Kristen Dout, presumably prior to hitting the town. Describing the ensemble O'Brien is wearing, Schroeder wrote that it was criminal chic. Sort of an odd phrasing, but broad and vague enough to not be offensive. Doubt, Schroeder added, was going with a Tupac chic look. This was likely a reference to the bandana atop her head, and it was only mildly offensive because Tupac was murdered, yes, but there's nothing really insulting about what Stassi wrote. As for herself, as you can see below, Schroeder joked that her fashion choice was Nazi chic. For starters, we have no idea what this even means. Is the Bravo personality quipping that Hitler and his underlings rocked similar style hats back in the 1930s and 1940s when they were working to wipe out Jewish people from the planet? Is this a reference to the initials SS on her purse, which stand for her name, but which were also the shorthand for Schutzstaffel, the foremost agency of security, surveillance and terror within Germany and German-occupied Europe? It's not entirely clear. But what is clear, based on the negative reaction Schroeder has received online, is that perhaps one should not joke about Nazis, especially not in relation to them being chic. Wrote one disgusted internet user, addressing Bravo executive Andy Cohen. At Andy, nothing but class from Stassi. I hope someone at your network is smart enough to fire her before you lose viewers. Added another critic of the description. At Lisa Vanderpump, you may want to rethink employment opportunities for Stassi. Guess joking Abo the SS is hilarious in LA? Clearly aware of the backlash, Schroeder eventually deleted the picture and reposted it with a new caption that detailed her as Elsa Indiana Jones chic, referring to the Austrian archaeologist portrayed by Alison Doody in 1989's Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. She called the new caption an appropriate redo. But was she really sorry? Does she really understand why so many people were offended by the initial photo? It doesn't appear that way, based on the following meme that she shared last night on Twitter. Schroeder is basically saying here that people are way too sensitive these days. late last year. Meanwhile, she also came under fire for making fun of the #MeToo movement. In response to Matt Lauer, Kevin Spacey and many others being called out for their heinous actions, the Vanderpump Rules cast member wondered if there was a witch hunt against men going on in Hollywood. On her podcast, she said no one could make me suck a dick, implying the victims in these cases were weak and not really victims, prior to walking back her stance as best she could. "My podcast is an outlet for me to share my unfiltered opinion with my listeners," she tweeted in the wake of this scandal, adding at the time, "But on my latest episode I crossed the line. It was irresponsible for me to make generalized statements about a very serious topic, such as sexual harassment, as it is not my place to speak about anyone else's experiences. I apologize. I will continue to speak my mind on my podcast, but will put more thought behind my dialogue moving forward."